I'm Kris Hagan. For those who don't know, I've been a language coach for many years. In my career, I've taught a wide variety of people, from famous singers and radio presenters to doctors, uni students, and yes, even desperate housewives trying to find an English lover. I've finally decided to share my thoughts, tips and tricks with the world. Also check out my YouTube channel if you want to see my ugly mush. So let's kick off this podcast with a great jingle.
Doesn't matter where you are, in the car or at the bar. Here for you comes in your ears, another word for thanks is cheers. Here's the new kid from the block, here for you around the clock, shining all his English tips. Kris
is an anagram of risk.
Kris.
Hello everybody, and I would like to thank everybody for their wonderful messages of condolence about one of my cats, Robusto, who died this week, well last week now because today is Monday. It was a very, very difficult week, but we are still here on Monday. And something that was quite nice, last night I managed to go out with a lot of friends to a restaurant, obviously keeping a social distance and wearing our masks, to eat falafel. Okay, I like falafel, but when you go to a restaurant, you want a little bit more than 3 balls of falafel. So let's get started. Who is our first guest?
Introducing Mimi Melendez, mixing cocktails from Miami to New York. People blame her for getting legless just cause she mixed it. She didn't pour it down your throat.
No, she didn't.
Remember to leave her a tip.
Mimi's back, and she's back with her number one. I don't mean she's going to the toilet, I mean number one of the 5 major mistakes bar owners make and the single most common reasons bars fail.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, so you've got 4 minutes and 45 seconds.
Okay, so this is a heavy one, right? It's full of information, but it's really important, and hopefully I can get through all of it in my limited time. So the biggest reason bar owners fail, or bars fail in general, is due to owner inexperience or arrogance, basically. So everything I'm about to mention falls under that umbrella, if you will.
It's all the owner's fault.
It's all the owner's fault. That's right. So but the owner's fault is in his inexperience or arrogance. Okay, so they a lot of times think that because they like to drink or often frequent bars that they can buy, own, or manage one successfully long term, which is a misconception.
Yeah, I mean, at the end, are going to open a bar.
Exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, a bar is a business, and in order for it to succeed, you have to have a formula that works. Many owners go in with this idea that they just want to be a permanent bar patron, right? They just want to party their days away, but that's not going to last very long. Some of the most successful bars in the world are bought or managed by people who already learned the industry beforehand. So they have a lot of experience. They're worked their way through different positions in the industry, and they're ready to make that.
In the past,
that's right.
Things,
that's right. I have so many friends who have made that move, and they have successful bars because of that. I see this mistake made also in restaurants. So this idea that, I can cook really well, so I can own a restaurant.
I can cook pasta, let's open a restaurant.
Yeah, people make this jump from I can cook a few good dishes to I'm going to run a restaurant, because it's not just about I'm going to cook at a restaurant. I'm going to run one, which again, it's a business. It's not just a kitchen. Just like the bar is a business, it's not just a bar. I don't know if you've ever seen the show Bar Rescue, but it's very similar to like the Kitchen Nightmare show, but it's about bars and clubs, all right? So this, if you see on here, most of the bar owners in failure all make the same mistake. They all have this idea. And under this same idea, like I said, where it's inexperience or arrogance, it brings like an array of other problems, right? So you end up, for example, paying too much for supplies, or you buy these useless things with no return in the business. You also don't study the market, so that's important. You don't know what's proven to work because you're inexperienced. You invest in the wrong things, or you run out of money before you even open because you have this idea. And then so the idea doesn't really translate into reality, right? It doesn't mean that automatic customers will come. People think that I'm just going to open a bar, open the doors, and that's an instant business. It doesn't work that way. Sometimes they focus on decor or innovation rather than hiring and training, which decorations can only take you so far if you don't have the right people, right?
Particulars.
pretty people. They also design things according to what they like, not what is efficient or what actually works in the real world. I've worked at so many bars where their bar was not designed by somebody who's ever worked behind the bar. And it was obvious because my job became that much more difficult and inefficient in my everyday work. So that's that's actually a very common mistake. All right. So they focus on aesthetics and not functionality. These things lead to a loss of time, bad customer service, right? Because it's taking me longer to
do anything.
Disorganized. And I look like a bumbling buffoon behind the bar, right?
A bumbling buffoon.
Buffoon. So being a bumbling buffoon also leads you to loss of profits. And with this, you underestimate costs. This is another mistake that bar owners make. They underestimate costs because they have no idea. It's not cheap. Opening a bar, managing a bar is not cheap. You have to consider it's very expensive. You get a good return if you're smart. And you have to remember that to maintain your business, in case when you open the doors, there's no customers, you have to have funds for that. You have to have enough revenue to be able to sustain your business after opening, even if you don't have any customers in those first few months. So these lead to being unorganized, not just how you run daily operations, but financing too. So that's something that you have to consider. You have to be organized. Again, you have to run it like a business. A lot of places, a lot of people don't realize that most bars fail. Okay, this is another thing. They fail. 80% of bars don't make it to even 4 years in many markets. So that's crazy. So there's a lot to consider. Make sure you do your homework before you open a bar. That's all I can say.
You just don't open it just because you're an alcoholic.
That's right.
Mimi Menendez, a mixologist.
So remember, you can also go over to our YouTube channel. Type my name, Kris Hagan, not Kris Hagan, Kris Hagan, Krishagan, and you will find all our wonderful videos that we update every week. And also recently, I've started doing a little bit called English Teachers in Italy. Okay, but we're still talking about English. It's not only for people in Italy, it's for the world. And in the first couple of videos, you will see the wonderful Mimi, so you can actually finally put a face to the voice. It's quite interesting because really, when you hear somebody's voice, you imagine a person. So go over, have a look, and let me know if she is how you thought she was.
Now it's time for Laura, say to you via Skype. She's at home in Nashville, couldn't find a flight. Laura likes to listen to the radio, but when it comes to music, she prefers it live. Laura, give for 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 Laura, Laura, give for Laura, give for Laura, give for Laura, give for.
Hello, Laura. How are you and where are you? What are you doing?
Hey, well, this week I am coming to you not from Nashville, but from sunny California.
Ooh.
Yeah, I flew out to visit some friends and some family in Northern California, and then I'm going down to Southern California.
Good around.
So it's a good week. I am having some fun out here.
Good. Hope you have a wonderful time.
Thank you.
What are you going to talk about today? What is the topic you've decided for today?
So the whole protest song thing got me thinking about how long some of these artists have been around. And I started wondering what makes a band last. Like, what's responsible for the longevity of certain bands or acts?
Yeah, because some disappear.
Like, who was your favorite band when you were a kid? Was it Elvis or was it somebody else?
Elvis I liked because I was tortured. Well, tortured is a bad word, but I also like Five.
And how long did that music last?
Well, Elvis lasted until he died, but it's still going on. But Five disappeared. And yours?
My favorite band when I was a kid was the Monkees, and I still love that music.
The Monkees, I remember them. Yay, with the Monkees.
Well, yeah, they were formed before I was born, but because their television show was still on the air, well, reruns were on the air in the early 70s, I was exposed to them as though I had been on the original bandwagon. I even had a favorite Monkee, Davy Jones. He probably started my affinity for Englishmen, actually, now that I think about it.
But they weren't the most attractive guys.
Maybe so.
I'm not really helping the fact here that many people say that English people are not attractive. I'm an exception, obviously. Tell us some more.
For a boy band that was entirely made up for a television show, the Monkees have had a remarkable career.
Yeah, I forgot it was invented.
Their lineup has never changed, except when members pass away.
Obviously.
And their first self-titled album came out in 1966.
1966, my God.
In 2016, the three remaining members, Mickey Dolenz, Mike Smith, and Peter Tork, released a new record of original material, and they even included an older recording of Davy.
Oh, that's cute.
To include the deceased singer on the record. It was very sweet.
How nice.
Since then, Peter has passed away, but Mike and Mickey are doing a Monkees tour this fall.
Really?
55 years is a pretty good run.
Yeah, definitely.
But how did they do that? Why do some bands last longer than others?
Not a clue. There must be
It's almost easier, I think, to look at why bands don't last as long. Things like egos, money, mismanagement, artistic differences.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
And just growing apart in general, because a lot of musicians get together when they're very young, are things that can contribute to the demise of a band. And you have to have all of these things in line to stay together for years and years. I mean, the Beatles, arguably the most popular band of all time, only lasted for 10 years.
Yeah, but they seem to be around forever. It's weird.
Strange. I know, I can't imagine what it would have been like if they had stayed around longer, what we would have had from that. A guy named Josh Rosenblatt of Vox.com measured career longevity by genre. So the averages by genre. And he said R&B and soul acts have the longest careers, averaging 30 years.
Oh, really?
Rock is about 27 and a half. Pop artists average about 22 and a half years. Country artists averaged almost 14 years. Alternative music averaged about 12 and a half years. And hip-hop and rap acts average about 12 years.
Oh, that's very interesting. I didn't know you could actually, there was actually a survey done about it. That's very interesting indeed. But I thought country music people would have lasted forever.
Yeah, it surprised me because I felt like rock acts would have the most longevity. But when you think of the origins of R&B and soul, there's a lot of gospel and traditional folk music in there, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
In fact, have you heard of the Blind Boys of Alabama?
No, never. Never heard of them.
They may be the oldest popular music group, certainly the oldest in the U.S. They were formed in 1939.
39?
And they have played gospel music together as students. They started out at the Alabama Institute for the Negro, Deaf, and Blind in Talladega, Alabama. Being 82 years old, the band has lost all of its founding members. But the current band leader, who's called Jimmy Carter, actually sang with the original band members as a student at the school and joined the band officially several years later. He is still there performing with them. And they attribute their longevity to the singular goal, common goal of sharing God's love, which they've done all over the world. Another prime example of the R&B longevity is the Four Tops. They formed in 1953 on the Motown label, and no one has ever left the band.
Really?
Unfortunately, there's only one original member left, but after playing with the band for 68 years, Duke Fakir is still a fantastic performer. While they haven't put out any new music in many, many years, I have seen Fakir perform with them twice. So many great songs, just a wealth of music. The 60s brought us a ton of rock acts who've been able to stand the test of time. The Rolling Stones have been recording and touring with a couple of lineup changes since 1962. The Who is still intermittently active after 57 years, despite losing their original drummer after only 16 years, and they just released a new record 2 years ago. Although they chose to disband before losing one of their members to cancer, Rush recorded and performed for 44 years.
That's a lot
far
of
above
years.
the average of 27 for rock bands.
The survey's wrong.
ZZ Top, I mean, they've only been around since 1969, but they may win the award for the longest consistent lineup.
How long?
Billy Gibbons, Frank Beard, and Dusty Hill have been playing together for 52 years.
Jeez.
And they're still touring now.
God, that's a long time to be together.
Of course, the band for whom I'm most excited
is
for their longevity is Duran Duran.
Duran, yeah. I like them. Don't know any of the songs.
Yep. If you know me at all, you know that this has been my favorite band since I was about 10 or 11 years old.
That I knew.
Thank God John and Nick and Andy and Roger found Simon in 1980 after playing together as Duran Duran for 2 years because the magic stuck. I have enjoyed 18 of their live shows, met a couple of the members, and credit their music in part with forming who I am today. I am so grateful that they are still around and about to release their 15th album in October.
My God, 15 albums.
That is correct.
That's a lot of albums.
They've almost doubled the average lifespan for a pop band.
Good on them.
Did you hear the new single, Invisible, came out last week?
In fact, I did hear it, but I didn't realize it was them until you just said it now. Yeah, I really, really like it, and it basically shows you how people from the past can still make damn good music, and it shows the people these days how to do it. I really, really like it, and if you've not seen it, you need to.
Check it out.
Exactly. It's really, really good. Really, really, really good.
According to the Guinness Book of World Records, though, the longest working career as a recording artist was achieved by American pop musician Casper Del Mar,
Who?
Malone. He went by Stranger Malone.
Ah.
He first recorded Let Me Call You Sweetheart with the Melody Men in 1926.
Now, the name I know, the song.
And finished his career in 2003 with a recording with Elise Whitt.
Ah.
That's almost 8 decades.
My God. I won't live that long.
Very impressive.
It is extremely impressive.
Other than breathing, I don't know that there's anything I'll be able to say that I've done for 80 years when I get that age.
In fact, me neither, I think, apart from drinking.
Because alternative music is characterized by independent production, quirkiness, grassroots promotion on college and independent stations, many of these bands just don't last as long. They lack financial and managerial support that mainstream record companies offer, but they like it that way. Most alternative bands' timelines kind of resemble Swiss cheese. That 12-year average might be spread out over 20 years, or it might include only 5 active years total. The Pixies played together from 1986 to 1993, but problems and personality clashes caused the first of their breakups. When they broke up, founding member Kim Deal went on to form the Breeders, who played and recorded successfully beginning in 1990 through today. The Pixies reunited, off and on, for tours after 1993, and they're extremely popular in Europe, but the Breeders have been the more consistent band. The music industry has changed so much in the last 20 years. It'll be interesting to see how long new bands last. The rise of the streaming industry has changed everything.
It sure has. Definitely.
Gone are the days of eagerly awaiting the release of a new album, saving up to purchase it, listening to it all the way through while you're sitting on the floor, holding the cover,
taking off the plastic,
reading lyrics and liner notes,
looking at the photos.
Being a music fan prior to 2000 was a commitment of time, heart, and money. Now we have access to almost any song, anytime through the music streaming industry.
Instantly.
It requires far less energy and connection to stream a song than to go out and commit to a record. Now we look for singles instead of playing a whole album. Is it possible to feel the same connection with a band under these circumstances?
I don't think so. I think really you just don't have the intimacy anymore.
I am grateful for the bands that have come before, and I wish success to the bands who are coming up now. Music is such an important part of our culture. It is so foreign to me to think that today's 20-somethings won't have their favorite bands around when they're parents and grandparents. There's no real profit for musicians in the streaming industry, and it takes revenue to buy studio time, produce albums, press vinyl, plan live shows. This has been a huge shift in the music industry. It'll be interesting to see the results. So go out this week and buy some merchandise and buy physical copies of music. It's the only way to keep the bands we love going. But most of all, enjoy the music. And let us know in the comments what bands you've supported this week. Thanks so much.
No, thank you, Laura.
I will talk to you next week.
You certainly will. And if you've not heard Duran Duran's new song, Invisible, go on, check it out now.
Cue the fancy jingle.
Here we go, just for you.
Now we know something more about music. Thank you, Laura.
Now, something which really happened to me a couple of times this week, the couple of days that I actually managed to work, I heard people still saying, not with my students, but out in public, I heard people still saying, I have 23 years. No. Everything is wrong with that sentence. In English, when you're telling somebody your age, you have to use the verb to be. I am 23. He is 23. And you have two options. You can say, I am 23, or I am 23 years old. Years old go together. Don't just remove old. Don't just leave years. It's wrong. It doesn't exist. You can't say I am 23 years. And you definitely can't say I have 23 years. And sadly, I can't even say that wrong because I am 40. Lucky me. Now, who's next?
She's from Australia.
Koala.
Or is it maybe South Africa? She doesn't know either, but one thing's for sure, she makes business English sexy.
Like a kangaroo.
It's Kelly Lawrence.
And now we've got Kelly back, who said to me, I'm going to give you 5 common expressions in business English. And then when I looked at the list, because I check everything, there's actually 6. So Kelly is an expert in business English, but not in mathematics. Kelly, over to you with your 6 expressions. Or 5 plus 1.
I put an extra one in there exactly just to
make it a bit
spice it up.
Spice it up a bit. Spice up your life.
Exactly. So let's start with them. Since we've got 6 and we've only got 5 minutes, let's go. So the first one is down the track. This is an expression we use in business a lot. What does it mean? Down the track means a later date. For example, we're going to have to revisit this down the track. Or we might have some problems down the track. We might have to retrain down the track. Okay, means later date. That's it. Next one is at a standstill. If you're at a standstill, it's probably not a very good thing. It means that you've stopped. Something's pending, something's not going forward when it should be. It's at a standstill. For example, we're living during a time of a pandemic, and a lot of people's lives are at a standstill at the moment, especially if they had plans to go on holiday. Everything is a little bit at a standstill. Okay, it's stopped, it's
because
pending.
Going on holiday is more important than stopping coronavirus. For many
people. A lot of
people.
people say, exactly.
Not for us, but for other people, yeah. So their life is at a standstill. They can't do anything. It should be.
It should be at a standstill.
It should be, but it's not.
Exactly.
In fact, can I just say something? When I say, no, I don't know what it is, I'm just saying that for the listeners. I actually know what these expressions mean. No, because before you said down the track, and I went, no, I don't know.
Got it.
Just trying to make Kelly feel special. Go on.
All right, so the next one is in a nutshell. This is a very nice expression. We use it a lot, and it's got a good purpose, especially for us, because we love things that are very efficient, straight to the point. In a nutshell means exactly that. It means something so small you could fit it in the shell of a nut. Okay, so it's when you want to give a long story short. We say, look, in a nutshell, it's not working. Or in a nutshell, it might be complicated.
What kind of nut?
What kind of what?
What kind of nut? A walnut, a hazelnut. Oh, a walnut is bigger than a hazelnut.
We don't specify the nut.
No.
Don't specify the nut.
I always imagine it being in a walnut shell, because a walnut shell is
too.
not too small, but not too big. But then I just thought, now in this exact moment, is there a nut bigger than a walnut?
I think the picture that comes with this expression is always a walnut. So I think that's why. But don't specify the nut. Don't say in a walnut shell.
A new expression, in a walnut shell.
In a hazelnut shell, if you want to be really precise.
More very concise.
All right.
I think Kelly's been drinking, not me.
Look, we're running out of time, so let's go on to the next one.
No, you got 2 minutes. Plenty of time.
The next one is on the spot. Okay, we use this one a lot of times in a lot of different ways, not just in business English. So I'll tell you, in the business English context, we use it a lot when we're actually put on the spot. Okay, which means to be placed in a situation where you don't have time to prepare, you just have to perform.
Like when I asked you what nut.
Exactly. For example, in this podcast, we're put on the spot constantly because we're asking each other questions, and it's kind of live in the sense that we're not doing any edits. Okay, so we're on the spot. But we use this expression with meetings or with situations where you have to speak with other people. Maybe someone asks you a question and you don't know the answer, or it's a very difficult question. You can say to them, "Oh, I'm sorry, you've put me on the spot.
And when you say that, you can be thinking.
Exactly.
In fact, we use it so that we can think.
Exactly. We say, "Oh, you've put me on the spot. Give me a moment." Means let me think about it. Okay. The other expression here is on the spot, a situation that's on the spot. So, for example, a common one is when we talk about the police. The police might give you an on-the-spot fine if you're doing something legal. For example, if you're in the street not wearing a mask, you might receive an on-the-spot fine.
A mask for coronavirus, not one for Halloween.
Exactly. Unless that mask is
Freddy
something
Krueger's
you could use
walking around.
Exactly. You might receive an on-the-spot jail sentence if it's scary. So on-the-spot means that there's no warning, there's no preparation. The police aren't going to come up to you and say, "Hey, don't do that, otherwise we're going to give you a fine." Instead, they will print out the little docket that gives you a fine or write it, whichever country you're in, and that's on the spot. Okay, so this is a very good expression. Going forward, we only have 30 seconds. So the next one...
No, go on, I'll be nice. Do the other two.
The next one is through the roof. Should have used this one in the describing trends. Okay, it means something that goes straight up.
You're forgiven.
Okay,
Go straight up. Okay.
Exactly, it's a huge increase of something. Okay, we can say, for example, the prices have gone through the roof. Okay, or the amount of emails I have received today I'm receiving emails that are going through the roof. It means a lot of them. So the other one is it's on me. Okay, this is
thanks.
It's good.
We haven't got anything to be on you, but okay.
Exactly. This expression means, in fact, we should make a podcast just for this expression because it's that important. Not a podcast, but a section. I would say 5 minutes would be enough, not an hour. Okay. It's on me means I'm paying for it. I'm doing it. Okay. So if you go to the bar with your colleagues and someone says, "it's on me," it means they're paying. Okay.
So tonight,
remember,
dinner's on me.
Exactly. It's on me. Dinner's on me means they're paying.
Like I'm hungry
Thanks,
now.
Kris. Yeah, me
Anytime.
too.
Now we love business English, thanks to
Kelly.
Now, I just want to say a big hello to Kelly, who's in Sydney right now. I miss you a lotissimo. That's an English-Italian word. So there you go. Hi, Kelly. Now, Kelly will be in the third series of our wonderful podcast because I've already recorded it. I chained her down to the chair and made her record before she left, a couple of days, literally, before she got on the plane. I was like, you're going nowhere, girl. Sit there. Obviously, in a nice way, I gave her lots of wine. I plied her with alcohol, even though she refused every drop of it. I think she just drank water. Now, I sound like I'm drunk. I'm not. Something else I want to tell you about is when to use and with numbers in English. Now, people stick and here, there, and everywhere as if they can stick it around everywhere, and some people even remove it. I think in America, sometimes people do remove it, but you shouldn't. So, when do you use and? Now, think of it like this. Think of a number. Let's start off with the number 123 to make it nice and simple. We have 3 columns there. We have a hundreds column, where there is the 100. We have the tens column, where there is the 2 for 20. And we have what we call the units column, which is the 3. If there are values in the tens or units columns, we need to say and after when we say 100. So here we would say 123. So if there is a value only in the first and the third, not in the second, because there is a value in the third column, we still need to use and, 103. Now this still works when you come to hundreds of thousands, exactly the same thing. So let's have 123, 123, 123,123. Is that clear? Now, who's our next guest? Well, who's left? Jonathan!
Jonathan, talk to us about food around the world. Jonathan, Canadian, their best export after Justin Bieber.
Jonathan's back. And last week we talked about Japanese cheesecake.
And we're continuing in the dessert theme.
Okay. Remember, dessert has 2 S's, not 1.
That's correct.
Okay. Remember, there's always more. You want more desserts, so more S's.
I like that.
Instead of a desert, which you don't really want.
Not really, no. Not in my mouth.
No. Desert in your mouth. Yeah. And so what are we going to talk about today? Now, dessert, you just said.
Yes, this is wonderfully Italian, and it is my favorite dessert.
I don't like Italian desserts. They're so dry. There's no cream anywhere, apart from in tiramisu. But go on, tell me.
It's tiramisu.
Oh, good then.
Good. I'm glad we agree.
It's the only one that's worth being called a dessert in Italy.
Absolutely fantastic. Now, I have had the distinct pleasure of having had this dish made for me in a competitive style. Absolutely wonderful. And it has since become my all-time favorite dessert. I try it wherever I go, knowing I will be disappointed, but hoping that in the off chance I find a miracle.
It never happens.
Well, no, not yet. But I still enjoy it. I mean, just like pizza and sex, even when it's bad, it's good. Let's be honest, okay? Tiramisu. We got Savoiardi. Crispy lady fingers. I mean, how would you describe it in English? Savoiardi.
They're like a long cat's tongue, but thicker, no?
I don't even know what that is. So, crispy biscuit.
It's like the biscuits you give a baby.
Yeah, sure, okay. Yeah, okay.
Like
sure,
rusks, but long.
I wouldn't. In Canada, they're arrowroot cookies. That's what we give our babies. Anyway, same flavor. Dip it in coffee, espresso naturally, and then what? We have mascarpone for our American friends. We got some egg whites in there, I think. Flip it and mix it all together. We have the layers. We cover it in a little bit of dusting of chocolate, and eat it. It's great. Now, back to the competition. It was very, very interesting.
In fact, I was thinking who was the competition.
So when I first arrived in Italy and my now wife and her family were discussing, okay, what does this strange alien thing Canadian do for dessert?
Talking about you.
Yes, naturally. Because
I was trying to understand that. I thought you were talking about
I put pineapple on pizza. There's a thing called poutine that we love. Like, what is going on? Like, everything I enjoy about food is so foreign. And that's weird because I'm the whitest bread you'll ever meet. However, tiramisu. So we convinced our family to have a tiramisu competition. There was Maurizio, the brother-in-law. There was Veronica, the girlfriend of the brother.
They're still together?
Yes. Everyone's still together and happy. And
you have to put in the and happy just to be sure.
And then there was my now mother-in-law, Anna Maria. and they each decided to try the other ones. Now, Veronica is brilliant and very precise, and she's a fantastic cook. And the tiramisu that she produced was by the book, but with a twist. I think she was using the molecular gastronomy cookbook on this one. There was that extra element of
surprise.
Well, something. Call it magic.
Okay.
Perfect, square, lines all straight. I imagine when I think of tiramisu,
like when they take a picture for a cookbook.
Exactly.
Hers ideal
was the
homes,
cookbook.
Okay.
Mauricio invited me into his home and taught me how to make it.
Very romantic moment.
Oh yes, we're very close.
Like, what was it, Ghost, where they made the pot?
Not quite like that. No, I was standing off to the side and just watching with my mouth agape while I'm enjoying it.
So you were doing anything together. He was doing everything, you were watching.
Yes.
Okay.
Student-master situation.
Okay.
Anyway, his was absolute chaos. Like, barely controlled, absolutely wonderful. He's a small child in the other room, screaming. Additional chocolate.
So he abandoned
chips.
his child to make a tiramisu.
Yeah, we're in
social
Italy,
services.
His addition of chocolate chips in the not chips like we think of chocolate chips, but chunks, like little bits and pieces. Absolutely fantastic. That extra element of fraternal intensity, and then Anna Maria, the wisdom of the ages, the sage, the master, maestro. I'll just say it. Absolutely wonderful. It has that true home style, not the cookbook perfection, but not the wonderful chaos. Hers was the perfect balance of like receiving a warm maternal hug.
Oh,
it was just
like
wonderful.
welcoming to Italy then.
So when we went out to dinner and we had to reveal the results of this competition, everybody was eager. Maurice was like, I brought the chocolate chips and I'm winning. And Veronica was like, mine looks like a bloody cookbook and I'm winning. And Anna Maria was like, I'm the mother, I'm winning. Thankfully, Antonella, my wife, able to explain the majesty and the magic of all three individually.
So everybody won.
We're all winners.
Okay.
In a tiramisu competition, there cannot be a loser because even when it's bad, it's good.
Okay. I can't eat it because I'm allergic, but I take your word for it.
Oh my God, Kris.
Yeah, I had a mango one once. No, strawberry tiramisu was terrible. The mango one I want to try.
Why am I talking about food with
my
you?
German friend made a mango one. I want to try that one. Yeah, so there you go. So no one can make a bad tiramisu is what you're telling me.
I hope not.
And now we're hungry. Thank you.
Now I want to finish today with reminding everybody, if you want to join a course or one of our courses, not only in English, we teach 1 million languages. There's not even 1 million languages in the world, but we teach 1 million. Go and have a look at chrishaganshop.com. If you want to look at our language institute in general, chrishagan.com. If you want to find our podcast, well, you already know where that is, because you're here. Also, remember, we have our magazine. The summer issue is coming out very, very soon. Sir K Magazine. You can also find that from my website, or just type it in Google. You find us everywhere. So we have YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, everything in the world. Social media is a second job. So go and find me anywhere on my staff and my teachers with the podcast, the videos, everything, because making you happy makes me happy. And anyway, again, please let me finish with that by saying thank you to everybody who sent me messages about Robusto. Robusto will be extremely happy, and I'm hoping he's in a better place now. The only thing left for me to say is jingle.
Doesn't matter where you are, in the car or at the bar. Here for you comes in your ears, another word for thanks is cheers. Here's the new kid from the block, here for you around the clock. Shining on his English lips, Kris
is an anagram of risk.
Kris